thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is the Small Wheels MX5 Cup Series. This is Season 3 of the Small Wheels Championship. This is Round 3. We are at my home course, Laguna Seca, California in the United States. And to kick this off, let's have a lap guide by the Blue Gang to get us going.
This is Luke Boumeester from the number 48 Blue Gang car, taking you for a lap around the hills of California at the iconic Laguna Seca. Turn 1 is basically not a corner for modern race cars, more of a slight bend in the road. Coming up to Andretti hairpin, we're braking it around the 2-board, trail braking into the first apex of this double apex corner. Careful not to go deep so you can get back on the throttle as early as possible. For T3, it's a light brush to the brakes and change down to third. Turn in earlier than you might think to really roll the car in and carry the speed through the middle of the corner. Turn 4, you can take flat in the MX5 if you're brave enough. I use the end of the blue and white section of the curve as an indicator. A lot of the corners here at Laguna Seca require a very nicely balanced car to allow you to turn in precisely and with confidence. Turn 5 is similar in technique to turn 3, just with a bit of a later apex. You want to have all your braking done pretty early so you can roll the car into the corner while still carrying the speed and back on the throttle as early as possible. You can also take turn 6 flat if you're brave enough. I turn in just before the 1 sign. As a good friend of the channel, Zero Bandwidth's Pasha Patterson always says, when in California, remember to be vegetarian, avoid the sausages. Coming up to the infamous corkscrew, you want to head right over the crest to straighten up the braking zone. Keep it in third and try to be off the brakes as early as possible to carry some nice momentum over the hump. For rainy curve, you want to stick to the right to open up the entry. This can be flat depending on how much understeer you get through the middle of the corner. Swing over to the left to set up for turn 10. Again, you want to be done with your braking pretty early to carry the speed into the apex and use the camber of the corner to your advantage. For the final turn, come over to the right to open up the corner. Brake it around the 2-board and trail brake deep into the apex to get the car turned. Down to second gear and accelerate onto the pit straight for a run to the finish line. And that's a lap of Laguna Seca.
Right on, another beautiful lap guide by Luke Boumeester and the Blue Gang. And I wanted to also take the opportunity to thank not only Luke, the staff member, for helping out, but I also wanted to take the time to thank Jordan White, who's also been helping out with some of the graphics and overlays that we've been doing here on stream. And I also wanted to extend a big thanks out to Joe Sifchow, Pasha Patterson, and Luke Boumeester, and Dave Martin as well, for all the support and help and suggestions that everybody on the team and everybody at Plebian Racing has been able to give. This isn't just me that you hear every single week. It's dozens of people, at least 6 of us, working every single week to get something done, as well as the co-commentators putting in as much effort as they can to prepare for the stream. So thank you to everybody else who's behind the scenes supporting the stream every single week, at least once a week here at Plebian Racing. And with that being said, moving forward, we're going to have a heated back-to-back 15-minute shootout in these MX-5 Cup cars. I think the theme that Luke Boumeester set for us so far will be, if you're brave enough. If you're brave enough to be on the throttle soon enough and maintain that speed through all these corners and not go off track, yeah, you're going to be the fastest guy out here. I don't mean to be a Will Buxton right now, but yes, you will be the fastest guy out there. But I think the consequences will run high for those that pay the ultimate price. Running wide into the gravel will slow you down considerably, as qualifying is just getting going. Let's go ahead and snap to that. As the session goes live, let's also take a moment to brief up on the championship standings while everybody gets out and sets a hot lap. I'll be on board with Patrick as we go around this beautiful Laguna Seca circuit. Championship standings is as follows. Luke Boumeester in round 1 and round 2. Best qualifying, fastest lap, and taking first place in all 4 races so far. Something yet to be accomplished before and yet to be seen again, I think. 58 points in the lead of James, the leader, in second place with 41. He has had a roller coaster of finishes with 2 second place finishes at Tsukuba and a 3rd place and not finishing on the podium for the second race of Monaco. Carson Shultz in 3rd place with 26 points, falling back to Joel Dallas in 4th with 25. Penguin with 24. Corey Robbins with 18. Pasha Patterson with 14 in the number 0 livery car. Jordan White, one of the staffers, with 14 points in the 0-1. Saucepan Willie with 14 points. Kevin Ospina in the 42 with 12. And that's going to be Dave Martin in the number 24 with 9 points. And Lion the Red Eel, who has been faster than his results have shown, is down there with 7 points. And I did want to throw it out that Joel Dallas was not here for round 1 with 25 points in this championship. He was able to storm away with 2nd place in race 1 at Monaco and a 2nd place in race 2. So look out for him here at Laguna Seca. He might be barnstorming to the front and might be yanking some points away, at least from James Leader, if not hot on the heels of Luke Boumeester going forward. Let's turn over to page 2 of the standings. Page 2, we have Jeff Gibson zooming out with 1 point. Walter Patrick Rowe, just Rowe, Smoke, May, and Sid with 0 points, but showing up for the rounds. This has been a packed grid. This has been a tough series with plenty of fast people up and down the grid for everybody to race with, all 15 minutes long. So don't be discouraged if you haven't gotten your points yet. Your time will come as the series keeps going on. Let's get back to it and let's see who's doing what. I'm interested with a name or two that I haven't seen here at Plebian before, but have seen in other series. I am talking about you, Peter, aka Potato O'Brien. Hello, good sir, and welcome to the Plebian Racing group. Happy to have you, happy to see ya. And I hope you're here to stay, because Peter O'Brien is one of them fast boys in hiding, let's say. And once he gets the groove under him, he's going to be just as fast and consistent as guys like Luke Boumeester, Joel Dallas, Kevin Ospina, James Leader, and Jordan White as of late, who has been quite fast and consistent, to say the least. I think having a good result in the Audi race that ran last weekend at, where was that? Fuji Speedway. Gosh, the days have blurred into more days. We're not going to talk about that, folks. We're just going to leave that one alone. Thank you for your sympathy and your compassion and your love. It's all I need from you in this trying time, as I'm going to, of course, take away the championship standings that blabber on about these 6 leagues. Joel Dallas with a 137.6. Luke Boumeester right there, 667. That's awfully close. Saucepan Willie with a 37.712. Ospina now breaking into the 8s, almost at the barrier. And Brian's still out there, potentially has it in him to go faster, breaking the 38 barrier. Let's see if he'll do it. We got 5 minutes left in the session, plenty of time to keep going around, and plenty of time to actually come back in and grab a new set and go out for another one. No changing of compounds, I believe, for the MX-5s. Only one compound available for everybody. The hards. Oh, as we see Nixon getting a little saucy out of the final hairpin, getting onto that curb, that sausage there, and getting squirrely. As Pasha Patterson likes to remind us again, stay vegan in California, although I don't practice. Stay away from the sausages. As we're looking at Lion Red Eel trying to close down on a lap of his own going through the final turn. And hello to everybody in chat, by the way. If I haven't gotten to you, it's not because I'm ignoring, it's just because I'm trying to go through the motions of the oceans in production on my own. So, again, don't mean to be discouraged. Hello to the Ghost GMK, and hello to Captain Insano. I know who you are. I know you're behind the wheel of a car, so no need to go ahead and take the time to reply right away, although I'm sure you will at your earliest convenience. Coming to a close here as Luke Boumeester breaks the 37 barrier now and is now at 36.820 as he crosses the line, even better than his previous. Joel Dallas still toting around as he enters, I believe this is going to be turn 4 now. Joel Dallas. Coming around turn 1 now, 37.3 for him. Let's see what else is storming about. Peter O'Brien is his green liveried 60 car, I'm going to call it. Number 60. I believe that's going to be it. And now on pace for his personal best. 2/10 slower than the fastest out there of Luke. Coming through the corkscrew right behind. Who is that? That's going to be who is that? Jeff Gibson. That's got to be Jeff Gibson up ahead. As Peter O'Brien might be getting held up on this lap, but it's not good enough to be setting one. Oh, but it will be hindering him for setting another lap going forward. No, that's not Jeff in the Red Bull. I don't know who that is. They're going to go side by side in qualifying, but bailing out. That's Rowe bailing out on that lap as Peter O'Brien goes to the inside, clearly faster, and will get an extra lap, I think, if he has the pace to keep this one on track. Keeping this one on track will give him an extra lap, and Luke Boumeester might, as well as James May eats it in the wall after turn 3. Not quite making it to turn 4. who else is still out there? Saucepan Willie getting it sideways and collected at what looks like 4. Excuse me. Yep, it looks like at the end of 4 and into 5 maybe. Who else is out? Corey Robbins potentially on one, sending one that's better than his best, hopefully. As he comes around, this will be a valid one for Corey Robbins. Haven't seen a lot of him yet. Looking to change that up here at Laguna Seca. I'm sure he's a friend of the coast. Any friend of mine is welcome at my home track of Laguna Seca. So I'm wishing you well, brother. As Luke Boumeester's in the red, probably going to warp to pits here. Corey's still going around, 7/10 off the leaders. Just checking in with everybody else right now. Peter O'Brien trying to go faster then as he comes to the line around the last corner. See if this is any faster than the guy in front. He only needs about a 10th to make it happen. Not quite enough, Peter. Carson Shultz still toting around, 4/10 behind the leaders right now. That's faster than some of the guys in front. Carson Shultz has a lot of ground he can make up here to get up the grid. He only needs to chop off around 5/6 to jump Kevin Ospina up in front. As it looks like provisionally the grid is set up ahead. Down to us to Kevin, and Penguin jumps ahead a couple spots in the final lap of qualifying. Carson Shultz coming through Rainey and now through 10 and on to the final corner, 11. Let's see if he's got it in him. He's not doing bad. He might have it in him to jump a couple tenths ahead of Kevin Ospina and Penguin. He does jump into 6th place on the final lap of qualifying. Just had enough time to get it done as he warps away. What a session, Schultzy. What a drive, sir. As Pasha's still out there on one, but I don't think that'll be fast enough to change his position. Actually, it will be not. I'm mistaken again. But the first one I had correct. Oh, Noble not getting his 37s, his 38s. What is he talking about? He's looking for a lap that's not on the board. Maybe it got reset on you. But man, oh man, if that wasn't hot, that I don't know what spicy is. Let me see if I can grab Schultzy here for a second, because that was a hot one. Carson Schultz, are you there?
What's up?
Hey, you knew you had one chance left to jump a couple of spots. How'd you feel on that last lap?
Very nervous. I was hoping I didn't mess up, and I somehow did, which was awesome.
That is awesome. So starting ahead now of, who is that? Penguin and Ospina, excuse me. How do you feel, and what's the strategy going into this 15-minute race?
I feel like I'm surrounded by people that are actually faster than me, so the plan is to hold on for dear life.
Hold on for dear life and stay consistent, right? There's no need to battle them out. Just let them be fast and ruin their own race, right, Schultzy?
That's the plan. Make sure I stay in the top 10, get some points. That's the plan.
Absolutely. I am rooting for you, Schultzy. Well, good luck. You're 3rd place right now in the championship, so I am absolutely rooting for you. Keep the consistency up, and good luck, brother. Keep it clean.
All right. Thank you.
Right on. That was Carson Schultz as we were riding on board him for the final couple there, as he got one to the line just ahead of some of his tight competitors, Penguin and Ospina especially, and James Leader still moseying around the track here at Laguna Seca, but down in 9th place, not where we expected him to be, but he will get faster throughout the 15-minute race, and not his usual, cup of tea where he can get faster and then, start in a better position for race 2. You're going to have the reverse grid, so it's going to be up in the air how that strategy works out for him. But as the grid gets set, let's walk through this. We have Luke Boumeester in P1 right now. Along next to him is going to be Joel Dallas. Then we got Saucepan Willie in 3rd place. Really surprised there. Jordan Nixon, excuse me, in the number 24 in 4th place, with Peter O'Brien in 5th place. So that's 3rd row on the grid. Next to Carson Schultz, who is now ahead of Penguin and Kevin Ospina, and now James Leader and Jordan White for 9th and 10th. And let me just make sure I got the name right. That's Jordan Nixon. I apologize, in 4th place. Jordan Nixon in 4th place. I want to make sure I get the name right there. So 10th place was for Jordan White. 11th place for Corey Robbins. Not quite fast enough to keep up. Oh, excuse me. Corey Robbins holding down the barrier of the 39s, it looks like. About to break the barriers of the 38s. Was beckoning on the door of it. Couldn't quite get the lap together, it looks like. But Dave Martin in 12th place in the 140 barrier, being the gatekeeper back there for Jess Rowe. And Lion the Red Eel with a surprising 140.6. I would have expected his lap times to be quite a bit faster. And as we get the grid set, and then Lion Red Eel, Pasha Patterson, Patrick, and Jay May, in 17th. And that's going to be it for our 17 slot grid. Me in 18th. I'm in the transit van, hiding in the background in pit lane right now, doing the broadcasting for you here at Plebian Racing. So don't mind me. As the grid is set, the stage is set. Turn 1 is going to be spicy. It is just a kink, as Luke Boumeester told us and described in these production cars. But it will catch some people out, I can only imagine, on lap 1. And going into the hairpin, I want to see if people are going to be side by side or file in single file on this straight as the lights are on. Race 1 is about to be underway. Here we go, 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 as Saucepan Willie misses the start. And we have Jordan Nixon and Peter O'Brien having to dodge around him. And onto the straight we go, into turn 1, the kink, onto 2, Luke Boumeester having a commanding lead right now. Into turn 1 we go, as we're going to scoot back through the field to see who's doing what. Carson Shultz now in 5th place, holding on for dear life like he described, tucking right in behind Peter O'Brien, and that's James Leader falling down to 7th, making his way up to 7th on the inside of Penguin right now. Oh, side by side through 4. Can he hold on? They're going to be side by side on the straight on the entry to 5. Just want to make sure that is who I'm talking about. That is Penguin and James swapping side by side, and now Saucepan Willie wanting to get a look at this. Sauce on the inside. Can he hold on to it as Penguin is now led leader? Into the kink they go. Who's got the lead? James Leader's going to dip a wheel off into the gravel, but hold on to it somehow. And up the hill they go, and on their way to the corkscrew as Dave Martin is like, nope, I want none of this. Gives a breath off the gas and says, okay, sayonara, folks. Enjoy that fight as Shultz and Penguin are going at it. Nope, Shultz falling back just a little bit. He's a 1.2 seconds back from Peter O'Brien, maybe having a moment there as Jordan Nixon, and who is that? Dave Martin must have an incident through Rainy Curve. Not sure what happened there, as Saucepan Willie also may have gotten a lick of that. That might have been the fight that we were following for just a little bit. That might have gotten a little out of hand at the last moment when we looked away to go watch what was happening up ahead. Saucepan Willie now into 10th place. Let's see if things have settled down enough for us to watch the gaps. No, as Jordan Nixon makes a look at Corey Robbins into 2. Holding on to the inside of the Andretti hairpin. Can he keep it together? Corey Robbins on the outside. Yes, and into 4 we go. 3 we go, and Jordan Nixon out to the gravel, keeping it collected and holding on to the racing line through 4 now. All right, things finally settling down a little bit, but Saucepan Willie hasn't settled down yet, as he wants to give it a go to Rowe, pushing Rowe to the outside, curbing up the track, cutting to the inside line, and on their way up the hill. Things are finally maybe gonna settle down. Nope, as Peter O'Brien taking a look at the inside of Joel Dallas, who's back in action. Saucepan Willie getting a lick of it more, as Corey Robbins on the outside of the corkscrew trying to make that work on Rowe, but not happening. as Rowe gets turned around. Not sure if he got loose on his own over the crest of the corkscrew, if he got helped by Corey Robbins. We'll catch that after the race. And that's going to be positions lost and gained for Corey Robbins, somehow keeping it in front of Lion Red Eel, who's in a tight fight with Kevin Ospina, who's kept it on track and without internet issues in 11th place for now, getting wiggly through the final corner. Let's take a look at what Penguin's up to as he's looking at the rear end of Carson Shultz. He is definitely under threat right now. But Kevin Ospina still threatening Lion Red Eel, 1/10 away, 2/10 back on the inside of 3. No thinks better of it. Still looking and threatening on the exit. Can he make it happen? Not quite. Alongside. File, single file through 4. Penguin, what are you up to? Trying to make a move on Carson Shultz. He's only 2/10 back right now. Up the hill we go. Through 5. Tight as can be. Trust has to be paramount here. Looking on the outside of the entrance of the corkscrew. He's alongside. Going to the runoff. Is he ahead? Not quite. Carson Shultz giving as much racing room as he can, but running a little deep, and Penguin has to go wide on the corkscrew, losing out to James Leader in all of that as he goes to the inside runoff of the corkscrew. Penguin must be driving with a little fire in his belly after that heated exchange at the corkscrew. It's a tight place to try to get one over on your friend. Even more dangerous to get one done on your enemy. .37.1 coming out from Luke Boumeester right now, with a 37.2 coming out from Joel Dallas, and a 37.7 from Peter, 37.9, excuse me, from Shultz right now, and 38, excuse me, from James Leader right now. So not quite the laps we expected from James Leader as they go side by side up the hill after 5, and away we go. 6 onto the Rahal straight, single file for now, but James Leader making a peek to the outside. Maybe he saw what had happened to Penguin before as they're about to go threatening 3 wide as Penguin makes an opportunistic move on the inside, forcing James Leader to tuck in behind single file as James Leader goes deep on the inside of the corkscrew, trying to hold on to his track position as best as he can, but tucks back in single file as he got the Schultz move on him and files back to the position he started in just a lap ago. These 4 cars now separated by just about a second and a half as Penguin holding on, defending the inside as best as he can to the final corner. And trying to make sure that Carson Schultz can't do anything silly, but he is moving across the racing line right now, trying to close the door off on Penguin. That's going to force them side by side along the straight through the kink of turn 1, forcing Penguin off this track along the straight. What's going on here, Schultz, as he gets thrown sideways and off track he goes. And that's going to definitely be looked at and talked about later as James Leader is a casualty in all of this somehow, some way. As Jordan Nixon, Penguin, and Carson Schultz are involved in some of the strangest on the straight collisions I've seen in quite some time. And that's all there is to say about that. Let's go through the order. Luke Boumeester with a commanding lead. Excuse the crackly voice of my 13-year-old prepubescent self. 2.3 seconds ahead of Joel Dallas, who unfortunately is not closing the gap quite yet. I will keep an eye on the timing board and see if that changes, but the best laps are indicative of the gap increasing. Peter O'Brien, unfortunately, is looking at the same story, falling into place in 3rd.
falling place into third as we see Pasha Patterson making a move on Jordan White, who is limping up the Ray Hall Straight, it seems. Nope. It's not the Ray Hall Straight yet. It comes through 5, or comes through 6, it will be. Wonder what's going on for him. Joel Dallas may have just set a personal best, actually. He's down into the 37.2s, but he's still 0.3 off of Luke's best time. So we'll see where this goes. As James Leader is 0.2 behind Corey Robbins, trying to maybe make a move around the outside of Andretti. If he can hold on to the track grip out there, force Corey Robbins to go a little bit slower on the inside line, but Corey Robbins ain't having it as he uses as much track as he's obligated to do. But James Leader still fighting it blow for blow with Kevin Ospina, holding it onto the inside line as best as he can through 3 and on to 4. Sailing away. And that's Jordan Nixon having a go at Penguin now. Oh, as Leader and Robbins switched it back there, but I'm going to go back to the Jordan Nixon and Penguin battle a little too late now as Saucepan really tries to set one up on Shultz. Let's see if we can keep an eye on the 4 of these guys right now, just a little bit. Jordan Nixon might want to snap back at Penguin at any moment. Maybe he'll be just a little patient and hold on before he tries to make his move. 5 minutes remaining, just under. So don't count your chickens just yet. We have seen some wicked action here in the final minutes of the Mazda MX-5 series so far. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens again. Points still up for grabs just because the podium is looking the way it is. Kevin Ospina looking to make a move on the inside of turn 2, excuse me. That's Andretti holding on, giving him the I'm going to use as much track as I possibly can since he's got the move done and dusted on the entry. Very nice, Kevin Ospina. Beautiful moves, got it done, as that's a recovery drive for him as they were involved in an accident earlier between Shultz, Penguin, Ospina, and Leader. We'll take a look at what happened at later. And we're back to the Willie, Shultz, Nixon, Penguin debacle that we have brewing ahead of us. Oh, as Luke Boumeester has had an accident on his way to Rainey and has thrown away his commanding 3-second lead, and that's Peter O'Brien picking up the pieces on the inside of Rainey, and through 10 they go on the way to 11. Does Luke have anything to say in defense on the inside of 11, forcing Peter on the outside? Peter keeping it on track as best as he can. That is going to be the best that he can do. What is going to be said on their way into turn 2 now? That's the tale of Peter O'Brien in the cockpit of Luke on the inside. Let's see if he goes deep. Not even close, being a gentleman with the racing line as Peter tucks in behind on the outside. This is a battle for P2 and P3 right now in the final 3 minutes of this race. 2 laps remaining if my math is right. Shultz and Willie going at it, swapping positions. But we're going to stay on board with the action right here and now. Excuse me. As Jordan Nixon is only 0.3 away from Penguin. If that drops any lure, we will hop on board to see what's going on. But Peter O'Brien's got his eyes on the prize as everybody's been waiting for Luke Boumeester to flinch and make a mistake. And there it was, last lap. 3 laps remaining. He throws it away under the bridge on the way to the Corkscrew Hill. Both of them getting a little loose at the top, bottoming out the cars just a little bit, it seems, through Rainey nice and cleanly. Carrying quite a bit of speed for the both of them. 10. like Luke said, it's going to be about who's bravest right now as Jordan White and Pasha Patterson have a moment. One of them going red or not having it off at the end of 3. That's not good, going back to the leaders now. Peter O'Brien into 2. What does he have to say in retaliation to Luke Boumeester? Up ahead, 6/10 back. Can he gain it anywhere? Is Luke going to make another mistake? Time will tell. Hitting the sausage a little bit harder than he expected, I'm sure. Getting loose on the exit, and that's not going to help the cause. Like taking a jar out of the collection, taking $1 out of the collection jar, excuse me. Gap is opening up for Peter. The pressure is mounting as he's pushing and throwing this MX-5 Cup as hard as he can. The draft isn't quite there to help him out. Let's go to Jordan Nixon right now, throwing the heat down on Penguin through 5. Up the hill they go on their way to 6. This is less than 3/10 away from really good racing. Side by side up the hill. Not quite yet. Jordan Nixon's going to be patient. Maybe he's going to go for the move at Rainey. He might have been waiting a while for this, studying the habits of Penguin. Let's see if it pays off. Cutting the apex of the corkscrew as much as he can. Holding on through Rainey, still holding on, not going quite as wide, getting on the throttle a little bit sooner and sending it through 10. Let's see if this sets him up for 11. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna make a dive on the inside? Not quite. Filing in single file. We're still gonna have one more lap left as he does try to go side by side through turn 1 now on the final lap. White flag is out. Has it done on the inside of turn 1 on their way to 2. Can't Penguin hold on? Tucking in, trying to go for a switchback. Is Jordan Nixon going to hold on to the second apex? He does. Penguin getting a wheel off into the dirt. That's going to slow him down considerably here. This is a battle for P4. Peter O'Brien, 8/10 back away from Luke Boumeester. That's your battle for P2 and P3. We're going to stay on board for this right now. Penguin trying to snap back. That P4 was his just one lap ago here and there as Jordan Nixon tries to make a move to the outside to defend the line, but can't quite cross over as Penguin was there occupying that real estate. Holds onto it through 5. Up the hill they go into 6. Who's going to try to do what? Jordan Nixon holding on to the original racing line, but Penguin getting wide and sideways, dipping a wheel off into the gravel, getting on the throttle way too soon and getting loose as Shultz and the leader and Willie are going to be picking up positions for that mistake as Penguin falls back to 8th place. Unfortunately, as much as I despise that word, that is absolutely unfortunate and not the way you wanted to see that chase end. So sorry for your brother as Joel Dallas takes the checkered flag in P1. Luke Boumeester into Peter O'Brien, 7/10 back. Jordan in 3rd, excuse me. Jordan Nixon getting that secure as Carson Shultz, James Leader, and Saucepan Willie are all still in a drag to the line. Holy Toledo! That Schultz leader Willie Penguin in a drag to the line. Holy Toledo, that's less than 4/10 separating the 4 of those cats. What a finish for the mid-pack. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness, catching my breath. Kevin Ospina in the number 42 in 9th with Lion the Red Eel having a hopefully uneventful and causactic race in 10th place, collecting some points. Dave Martin, not a lot to say about him tonight in the number 24. Quite a ways back tonight in 11th, maybe not having time to practice with things going on. Corey Robbins in 12th, Rowe in 13th with Patrick in 14th, James May in 15th, Jordan White in 16th. Not sure what happened to him. And Pasha Patterson, we saw them off maybe 1 lap before the end, down in 17th now, but still parked off to the side of the road. and hopefully not getting the DNF, and that'll put them at the front of the grid for race 2. But who knows how that'll pan out, and who knows what will go on there. And how the game will deal with those going forward. Stand by. All things said and done, congratulations to Joel Dallas. I really want to talk to Luke Boumeester very quickly and see what happened to him. See if we can grab him and talk some, you know what. Luke Boumeester, hello.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, sir?
I just dropped out of the server for some reason.
Excuse me.
I'm getting back in. Hopefully it's okay.
Okay, that was not your fatal error at the end of race 1, though, right? Was that you got kicked from the server?
No, I just literally fucking bended in the corkscrew.
Got it. Man, that was exciting. But yeah, I just wanted to see what had happened. I don't think we quite got a glimpse of what was going on there. So I wanted to get an idea of what you were going through, if it was something technical or otherwise.
I just came in a bit hot. I was trying to keep the gap to Joel, because he was doing 36s behind me, and a 36 is a very good lap for me, like a perfect lap. So tried a little bit too hard and got a bit loose over the rise in the corkscrew and came down it backwards. Luckily it wasn't too bad. I got going, and I think Peter just got past me around the next corner, but then I managed to get him back, so
Yep.
it's all good.
Just able to keep it in front of Peter. Right on, and good race 2. Anything else you got to tell us?
Looking forward to the next one.
Hell yeah. Working your way through the field. You really looking forward to that?
Yeah, try not to kill anyone.
Please and thank you, but also if you do, it'll bring up the profits for the stream, I heard.
All right.
Take care. Joel Dallas, you're in the booth.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Joel Dallas. We seem to be attracted like magnets, and you and Podium seem to be attracted like magnets. How do you feel about the victory for race 1?
Oh, it feels great. I mean, probably wasn't by design, but you know, Luke had a somewhat of a hiccup, so I wouldn't have won otherwise. There's no way I would catch him back.
Hey, least amount of mistakes, right? You know, regardless of if you weren't the fastest guy out there, at least you made the least amount of mistakes to get the lowest accumulative time. So that's one way to do it, right, brother?
Yes.
Heck yeah, Mr. Consistency. All right, looks like the lights are about to go on. I'll throw you back in there. Good luck and congratulations.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
All right, that's Joel Dallas, one of our main men here at Plebian Racing, leading the field in pace alone. And hello, F1 Fanatic. Sorry I didn't get to you earlier. As you could tell, we were quite excited with a lot of jubilee and jubilation going down. It was quite hectic earlier. We're back to it. Race 2 getting underway. Pasha Patterson leading the way, spearheading the field with Jordan White alongside him. Jay May, Patrick, Rowe, Just Rowe, Corey Robbins, Dave Martin, Lion Red, Eel, Kevin Ospina, Penguin, Saucepan Willie, James Leader, Corey Shultz, Jordan Nixon, Peter O'Brien, Luke Boumeester, and Joel Dallas filling out the grid as the race is underway now. Pasha Patterson carrying it away into turn 1. Let's see if Jordan White has anything to say about it on the outside. Oh, and he does have a commanding lead into turn 1, 2, and 2. Pasha Patterson warping away to pits now. Must have had a major issue as people are getting thrown around the back into turn 2. But that's going to be Jordan White taking away a commanding lead now into turn 4. And that's Patrick following behind Corey Robbins, Just Rowe, and Penguin trying to make his way up the field, only a 10th back, less than a 10th back on the inside of Rowe, getting it done through 5 on it, 110%. And going backwards, that's Jordan Nixon and Carson Shultz and Luke Boumeester and James Leader 3 wide out back on the way up the hill through 6. That wasn't going to end well as Schultz goes wide and into Leader, going off into the gravel. Schultz getting the least end of that and is back on and is ahead of Peter O'Brien, trying to hold on for one more day. In front of Lion the Red Eel and Kevin Ospina, who is now, oh no, Peter O'Brien getting the commentator's curse, spun around backwards on the entry to Rainey and is going to have to be in recovery mode going forward, just like Penguin, who has now tumbled down to P6 from P4, it seems, but back up to P5 as he's alongside Willie. Oh my goodness, too wide through turn 1, almost 2x2 it seems. And they are 2x2, and that didn't end well for, who is that? Patrick and Jordan Nixon getting a pile up on the front straight right after turn 1, in between turn 2, going off to pit road to get collected there. And that's going to be positions gained for James Leader, Lion Red Eel, James May, J May, excuse me, and Peter O'Brien making their recovery drive as Luke Boumeester is successful in his endeavors and is now in P5 ahead of Saucepan Willie as Peter O'Brien gets a move secured on J May, pushing it to the limit on the outside of 4. Going as hard as he can, trying to hunt down the Red Eel man as best as he can. Let's see who else is rolling up one tonight. That's Rowe on his steamer, 4/10 back from Penguin, looking to have a reversal as Ospina and Martin get inverted in their positions. And that's James Leader getting involved in just another moment or two. But let's see what Luke Boumeester is trying to do on the inside of 11. Can he hold on to it onto Rowe? It looks like he had it done. Is it secured? Possibly so. Excuse me. It is done, and on their way through 1, Rowe is trying to retaliate on the outside of 1, but tucks in behind on the straight. Doesn't quite have the run he expected. Into 2, a little late on the brakes than Luke is. Isn't quite as close as he should be into 3. Let's see if he's still going to be under threat from Willie here in about 10 seconds as Peter O'Brien gets that move done on the Red Eel on his way to 2. That wasn't expected as that was closing much quicker than I anticipated. Saucepan Willie, 2/10 back from Rowe, who just lost out to Luke. Unfortunately, cue the Jaws music. Oh no, as Kevin Ospina is spun around in between, what is that, 4 and 5 it looks like. Off into the gravel, back to 13th place, gets it back collected. Back to 1/10 back from Rowe, who's getting sideways through the kink. Up the hill we go. How many people are going to try to tuck in with Willie? No one, as Willie goes to the inside. Rowe goes super deep and wide, is able to hold on, not to the position, but is on track at least, as Joel Dallas is right behind Willie, slots into that position through the corkscrew. Nice move for the both of them. Unfortunate for Rowe as that went down sideways. Dave Martin getting inverted with James Leader, but not quite done fighting yet on the racing line for 11. Maybe looking for a switchback on their way to the front straight. He's tucked in behind very close. James Leader trying to break the toe incessantly, but not able to do so as Martin is chasing that draft all the way to the wall and the pit exit. On the outside, super late on the brakes, trying to use as much track as possible for the braking zone, carrying the speed through, and Andretti is able to keep nice and close on the exit of 3. Hopefully on their way through 4 as James gets a little on the accelerator prematurely, as Penguin gets a little squirrely on the exit of 4, and that's going to leave him compromised to Willie, who's going to pick up a position in Corey and Dallas all picking up positions on Penguin, who seems to be making more mistakes than regular tonight, as Joel Dallas is on the inside of Corey Robbins on their way to 6th, as Corey Robbins turns in but turns back out because Dallas was there. Has to back out of it and then loses out to Penguin, I think, who's able to recover that position for now. Luke Boumeester and Jordan White going at it as Jordan White gets spun around on the exit of the corkscrew at Rainey, and Luke Boumeester drives away with it, but Jordan White's still stuck on track in 11th place now, waiting to get turned around, and finally got it back at Rainey, under threat from Lion the Red Eel when he rejoins. Unsure of what happened there on lap 3. Lap 3, oh my goodness, I feel like we've already been 20 minutes into this race as Lion the Red Eel on 11 on the inside of Jordan White backs out of it, lets Jordan away with his life, as Peter O'Brien might make a move on Martin, but not quite yet. Holds off, waiting for his moment, it seems, as Ospina and the Eel, side by side, and that's definitely some net code, as we saw Kevin just show up there right adjacent to the Red Eel. Definitely some big net code as Peter O'Brien and Martin are going at it on the exit of 4. Let's see if Martin can hold on to the inside, makes the apex, touches the sausage. Peter O'Brien giving a lot of room, hanging on to the speed, tucks in behind. You're not getting the draft as much as he can. On their way through the kink, up the hill, and Martin loses it on the exit, pushing it to the limit, compressing that suspension, and the tires seem to have given out on him. Jordan White making up that position, as well as James Leader and Rowe and Shultz are going at it. This seems awfully familiar, as Rowe on the outside gets a little love tap through Rainey and catches some gravel, as Leader and Rowe are now exchanging paint. Nope, that's Leader and Schultz. And who is that? Peter O'Brien now on Rowe, being able to make up a position and catch back up after all that paint swapping, or trading paint as the iRacing community likes to call it, I believe. There's an app for that, they tell me. James Leader in 6th place, 5 tenths ahead of Carson Schultz after that overtake just a few corners ago. Trying to keep an eye on the lead as Saucepan Willie loses out to Joel Dallas. I was trying to keep an eye on that gap. It got inverted a little bit quicker than I anticipated again. I'm only human, folks. I can only do so much, as Peter O'Brien is hot on the tail of Carson Schultz in 7th place, 1/10 back through 5 up the hill on their way to 6. Defending his position, Carson Schultz. Peter O'Brien on the optimal line through the kink. On the power, up the hill they go on their way to the corkscrew. Open up the bottle of wine. Kick your feet up, folks. Enjoy the race, as Penguin is now 1/10 back from Saucepan Willie on their way through Rainey. Threatening to make that move work, but not close enough into 10. Through 11, not quite there, as Martin gets one over on Rowe somehow through the corkscrew, and Willie and Penguin swapping back and forth again for just a moment, but resting back to where it was. Peter O'Brien threatening on the main straight, almost alongside Schultz into 1, now alongside Schultz into 1. But up the hill, is it still true? Not quite. Still is. Late on the brakes for Peter O'Brien. Around the outside, trying to hold on. He can, and out to the gravel. He keeps it on track, maintains the speed and the track position ahead of Schultz. What a move through Andretti and into 3. It's secured. That's the way to do it, folks. Late on the brakes. Shultz was absolutely complicit of that. Hell of an overtake as the action doesn't stop here as James Leader now only 1/10 back on Corey Robbins, threatening for 5th place. Corey Robbins has got to be sweating bullets as James Leader is now along the inside in VR. Not quite. Tucks it in behind for 6th. Thinks better of the threat. He's been here before. He's gotten loose in the same spot before. Not this time. Side by side up the hill into the corkscrew. I feel like we've been here before just a few laps ago. Tight on the brakes this time. Tucks in behind Corey Robbins, who's super deep into the Rossi area of the corkscrew. Into Rainey. James Leader sends it on the inside. Has the move secured. Carried quite a bit more speed through Corey Robbins, who was unstable coming out of the corkscrew after that line he took. Move done. Jordan Nixon on the exit of Rainey through 10. Rowe under threat. Kevin Ospina 2/10 back. Will this be a 3-way battle? Under 3 minutes left. Who's still battling out there? Saucepan Willie wants a taste of champagne here tonight as the Penguin is under threat again. Will he make a 3rd mistake as Saucepan Willie goes wide on the exit of 4? Kevin Ospina, Martin, and Nixon having that menage a trois we just talked about. More than we bargained for here tonight. Closing 2 minutes. Peter O'Brien along the inside of Corey Robbins. Peter wants some points on the board tonight in California on the inside. Corey Robbins going wide off into the gravel but keeps it collected. But now Shultz wants a taste of the pie. Goes around the outside, up the hill, gets one over on Brian too, who must have been slowing down for that side-by-side. Shultz is going to have 6th now ahead of these two guys, but not quite side-by-side through Rainey, still under threat from Peter, and that's Willie off into the gravel on the inside of 11. Losing out there. That's the battle over from Penguin and Willie, unfortunately. Peter O'Brien still in it in the closing 2 minutes. 1 lap remaining if my math is right. Joel Dallas still 8/10 back from Luke. We'll get to that if it's close. Side by side through 1. Shultz pushing Peter out to the exit of 1 and now to the exit of 2. Onto the inside. Shultz holding onto the inside apex line. Brian's made it work around the outside. Can't do it here as Shultz uses all the track he can. Peter, optimal line into 3. Can he make this work? Set up through 4 as well and into 5. Or is this going to be a last lap showdown through the corkscrew? What is going to happen as Corey Robbins is patiently waiting behind and Carson Shultz defending to the best of his ability, trying to hold on to these inside lines, but that's not going to stop Peter O'Brien from carrying speed while he's on the optimal. Almost side by side. It is through 6 and Peter going wide now. Not quite where that was going to work. Not enough track space for both of you guys to go that fast. Not sure if he was pushed or if he jumped. But this is going to leave it to be a one-on-one for Corey Robbins and Shultz, as Shultz is now slower through the corkscrew, but more faster through Rainey. And Corey Robbins tucks back in behind as Joel Dallas hits the fastest lap of 136.9 of the race. That's not the fastest lap. Ignore the header down below. I apologize. Last lap, Joel Dallas 6/10 back. That's not going to be enough just yet. Let's keep an eye on Shultz and Robbins and Peter O'Brien lurking in the waters behind. Don't discard his efforts just yet. As this 3-way battle for 5, 6, 7 is just a few seconds away from ending now as Martin tumbles down out of the points and into 11th place. 3/10 back is Robbins on Schultz. No space between Brian O'Brien and Robbins. Almost nothing but air. Thinnest molecules of air separating those bumpers right now. Let's go, Corey. You got Joseph rooting for you, brother. Hold on to it in the Gulf livery car up the hill. Peter O'Brien's going to see that as an opportunity to go side by side as Corey tries to push him to the inside line as best as he can. Going to the outside curb, late on the brakes. Can he keep it on track? He is not able to as he crosses right in front of Peter O'Brien and escapes with his life as Corey Robbins gets the commentators' curse and the viewers' curse is what I'm going to call it for now, and tumbles down to 8th, loses out to Jordan Nixon in 8th, Corey Robbins in 9th, Peter O'Brien still going for it against Carson Schultz, maybe only 3/10 back. Checkered flag is out, yes. The podium finishers have already crossed the line. We're just tracking the rest of the battles going on right now as Dave Martin is still 4/10 back from Kevin Ospina, but that's not quite enough to close down out of the last turn and onto the stretch. Luke Boumeester taking the checkered flag. Another win for him. That looks like a shutout, I believe. P1 for him in both races. Joel Dallas in P2. Another set of shutouts for him. Since race 2 and race 3. Not showing up for race 1, so you can't call that a complete shutout quite. There for the ones he showed up for. Penguin in P3, that's a good result for him. That'll shake up the championship order for now. And same for James Leader in 4th place. Good result for him. Carson Schultz in 5th, a commendable finish for him, fighting his way through the field after he had to make his way through and hold on to some of the fastest people in the field, following right behind him and in front of him too. Peter O'Brien, newcomer to the grid, finishing in 6th place, not because of a lack of speed, but because he was battling for his life everywhere he went, I felt like. Challenging for positions, making his way back through the field, I think at least twice now, to try to go through to the front, and settling with 6th place has got to be a good result. Should be happy about that. Saucepan Willie in 7th and Jordan Nixon in 8th. Corey Robbins in 9th. Kevin Ospina in 10th. Dave Martin in 11th. Rowe in 12th. Jordan White in 13th. Red Eel in 14th. Pasha in 15th. Patrick in 16th. And Jay May in 17th. Rounding out the 17 finishers and signer-uppers. Registrants. Enlisters? Racers. 17 racers, 17 grid spots, 17 people finishing it up tonight. And that's going to be it for us folks tonight. Let's see if we want to grab some of these showboaters here into the chat. Let's grab Luke Boumeester. Joel Dallas seems to have escaped me. And Penguin. All right, the Showboaters Award has started.
Showboaters.
I'm just kidding. Congratulations, P1. Another P1 for Luke. That's commanding. That looks like 6 in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't win the first race, so no.
Oh, you didn't win the first race.
This one's a tainted win as well because,
Was there a murder?
yes,
Was
I
that
may
on
have taken
Jordan?
out Jordan.
through Rainier on the exit of the corkscrew.
Yeah, coming out of the corkscrew. I thought we were not closing as fast into each other, and then it did, the light bump that turns into death for the car in front.
Aha.
So if you're listening, Jordan, I apologize.
If you're listening, Jordan, we all apologize on behalf of the Aussie. It was
was
murder.
Yeah, it was murder.
It was murder, he says. We're going to switch over to the ending soon very quickly. I feel like there was a lot of things to review, so we're going to go ahead and do the standard. Thank you, everybody, for signing up and joining. If you want to come check us out, please go ahead and check out our Discord and check us out on YouTube, Plebian Racing, and on Twitch. Please take a look at our schedule and see if you'd like to join us. It is an amazing group of people. It is an amazing community, and we've got some pretty exciting racings to be a part of, so please come check it out. And on our way to the replay, here we go. You like how I did that? That was smooth.
Yeah, that was nice.
Thanks. You guys really give me the support that I need. Thanks. Asshole. So T1 race 2. I think we're gonna try. I'm gonna try to get race 1 loaded first if I can. Let's see. Right, because Luke led race 1, so I've got it. Fuck yeah. Okay. What do we want to look for? Race 1. What are we looking for? There was a lot of I feel like I covered most of the action, didn't I? Not that you guys would know, of course.
I don't know. I didn't hear too much going on in the chat, so it seemed pretty uneventful.
I feel like race 1 was pretty standard. Like in most... Oh, someone's dead back there.
If you're looking at something, it's still on the ending screen.
Yeah, ending soon. See.
You guys are the best. This is why we pay you the big bucks. That's why we pay you the big bucks. Because I was getting the replay loaded. I wanted to get to the action. I didn't want there to be the replay like loading and like where are we getting all this stuff from. I just gotta get right to it. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it, folks.
Sound like excuses.
No, they're not excuses, sir. Why would you say such hurtful things? So true. It's so hurtful. Oh, Dave Martin, what happened to you, sir? Oh, just getting wide, huh? Everybody wants to go too wide on lap 2. No, I think.
Oh no.
So that was his day. Oh! What the fuck happened back here? It's alright.
Yeah, I was not having a good time with this track. Kept hitting the curbs and it kept shooting me wide and not fun.
Oh yeah, since I have you guys in here, is there anything you guys want to talk about before I start dragging in other people?
There was an incident race 1 on the straight. Me, Carson.
Oh yeah.
And,
oh man.
And James.
Yeah. Let me grab all you guys for that. You guys mind? Grab.
You can also check out where I died in the corkscrew and then the resulting spicy battle with Peter.
I'm about to get called out.
Hello, everybody. And wait, sorry, James. Luke, what were you saying about your incident?
I was just saying you could go find where I bended in the corkscrew and then the resulting spicy battle with Peter.
That's at the end. That's stuff we already looked at. Don't worry about that. We're here to look at murder. We're here to talk about.
You need to watch it from either me or Penguin because we were at the back and we just kind of killed James.
I thought I was safe. I was like, oh, you guys are dying behind me. And then suddenly I'm like way off in the sand.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I was like, talk about innocent bystanders for like,
James did nothing
holy
wrong.
Toledo. I didn't know what to do other than like I panned away from this fight. After this, like I didn't know what else. Oh yeah. So here we go. Here's where it starts. let you guys catch up for a second. So should I
I
watch
was
it
just
from,
being a nuisance, just getting in everybody's way.
should I watch it from James's view to get started? Like, and then
I think me or Penguin's the best.
let me watch it from James's view because James sees this all go down first, and then we'll start
Okay.
diving into other people's cars. So I want to see what James's reaction is to all this. Maybe we'll go to an F6 camera. Oh my god. Hold on. I can't even because it happens all so quickly.
I swear I can explain.
Like, I don't.
Okay, so Penguin punted me from like 10 years away, and then he made me 3 wide, and I'm like, hell no.
When did he punch you?
What? No, go to his. He punted the hell out of me in that corner.
So here's where things go just absolutely sideways. This is where I gotta switch it back. We gotta start watching it from Shultz or Penguin's point of view, apparently. 'Cause I don't know what happens now. So now, and also, this has to be said. Poor Jordan Nixon also getting involved in this, right?
Yes.
Just driving his own fucking race on the outside by himself. Oh, getting just touched. Oh, lordy. Now I'll watch it from Schultz's point of view.
You gotta go back to the final corner to see my view.
No, that's what I'm doing. I'm
gotta-
going back.
You gotta see the death.
I'm coming.
How did you guys both recover from that?
Oh yeah, I had like the dumbest recovery. I was like, oh, that works, I guess.
So on board with Schultz through the final corner. Okay. You didn't get tapped, I don't think.
I 100% did. Go to the outside.
I saw it. I can confirm.
Did he? Okay. Oh
He was
yeah.
break
okay.
early.
Oh yeah.
I got murdered.
Break
Got a
early.
little love tap. Okay. Oh, so
That's how I
why.
break.
So that's why you're defending so hard. Is you're like you're not gonna put me into the final quarter and then still take the position.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. And then.
I'm getting flashbacks to the ALMS race 2009.
Okay, I think I know I was hitting him. I think he's what I was going straight when I got turned.
You can't say
That's kinda
things like,
drifted.
you can't say things like that, Schultz.
I
When I'm gonna go into
just-
your car and see which way you're
No,
steering.
no.
Nope, no, you're definitely going to the left.
There I am. Not when I got turned.
Either way, the track doesn't go straight there. You had to turn left. All of you need is to turn, but also 3 wide. I think does not work there. That was exciting.
Poor James.
Watch my
Poor
like in my
Jordan
mirror
Nixon.
as we're going into the first corner.
Poor Jordan Nixon too. That's also very sad because I think.
Okay, he was not killed. He lost like half a second.
No,
I
Jordan
lost like
Nixon
5
was murdered.
positions.
Jordan Nixon was like murdered. Did he
He
get
had a
murdered?
net gain. He gained spots at the end of the wreck.
That's true. He does gain spots at the end of the race. Let's just look at this. So Jordan Nixon gets spun. Oh, and then gets turned back around the right way. And then gets turned around back the right way. Oh lordy. No, Jordan Nixon, you sly dog.
I had a very eventful race.
All right, so we're gonna have to get the virtual mirror on it. Oh, I don't have virtual mirror. Damn it. I have to go to the pedal cam. Okay, he's looking good. 3 wide. Schultz sideways. Now Jordan sideways. Now James is sideways. Oh goodness. Oh lordy. Oh lordy. All right, moving on. I think we're looking for. I want to see Luke Boumeester die on the second to last lap.
Oh yeah, I died on the last lap as well.
You did die
Right at the kink.
Was it second or last lap? I thought it was earlier. 'Cause I had to. Maybe it just felt longer. But I had to race Peter for the end of the race.
Yes, for the last like 2 laps.
Yeah, so.
I think it's right
Yeah, I end up behind him.
not there. Cause who's Joel
I think he
Dallas
comes
is
around.
behind me.
He comes around me in Rainy Curve.
Yeah, this has got to be it. This lap or the next one, I would assume. Whoop! Whoop!
Just
Oh
sent it,
wow! And you got like a little 720 on. Like you did like 2 full spins and rotations.
Yep, got on the dirt.
And there's Peter coming through Rainy. This was exciting for the last lap. Oh, where is Peter? Is he not in? Obviously not in the Discord, huh?
Might have left.
Rude. Didn't even say hi. See how it is, Potato O'Brien? Not that he's probably likes me or knows that we're friends. Or that I call him that.
He's heard it at least once.
He's heard it at least once. Has he remembered? Hopefully not.
Oh yeah, it was a really close finish between James and.
Oh
Carson
yeah, that's what we
Salisbury
really
Willie.
watched. That's right. That was insane, and I didn't catch that on stream.
Something happens to Joel as well, like on the last lap.
Where
I
he
think
loses
it was
a
with
little bit of time.
yeah, because he was like 5 seconds ahead, and then we caught him down to like a second at the end.
Yeah.
I think it was something with Pasha, maybe.
Oh, that was that does sound familiar. That does sound familiar. Let's see. Joel Dallas. There's Big PP. Oh yeah, here it is. It's like it's on the infield somewhere. Oh, murder lap 2 of race 2 right before T1. Oh yeah, that was this really bad rubber band incident. I saw that. So what happened here? I'm not quite sure. Pasha's a wounded bird right now. Oh, gets a lick of the sausage. Ooh, and then Joel's just hard on the brakes, trying to avoid. Gets away with his life. Okay. That's how that ended.
Followed him over it.
Well, there's that. That did explain quite a bit. Because you're right, that gap did come down dramatically. As we're going to keep playing the action. Flashy, all our way back to Willie. What up, Phil? How you doing, brother? So yeah, here's
I got
ooh,
spun right there.
spun right where? I'm sorry, Penguin.
It was at the kink. I was I was having a good battle with Jordan Nixon, I think his name was. And that's how I ended up behind these 3.
Yep, that's right. Yep, that's right. That's right. Let's take a look at this.
Jordan had passed me right at the beginning of this lap.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So this is trying to get it back in the last lap, basically.
Yeah, I just had a hard time seeing
The apex here, right?
the apexes. Yep.
Ooh, yep.
Went a little too wide, touched the sand, and round I go.
For sure. Man, oh man. And towards the end now, because these guys end up battling through 11, you end up coming up there, Derriere, looking for some. Oh.
Almost.
Oh
Not
my
quite.
god. What a finish. Is my you guys are in for a treat. I can do the Pasha Patterson. We're gonna call it that, the Pasha Patterson. I can zoom in. We're gonna do that. Press A. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh. Hold on, folks. I never said I was a good pilot. Said I wasn't.
It's been a while, huh?
This might not be the Pasha. We're not gonna quote this as doing the Pasha Patterson, right? We're not gonna.
You don't have your drone license, do you?
No, I was working on it though. For
I
a
sure
while,
hope
which is
not.
scary. Which is a scary thought. I was working on it though. Oh, I don't know what I just pressed, but we're gonna do. Oh no! I got. Damn it! I pressed the wrong button. Okay, hold on. I will get my drone license, just in spite of you saying that now. I will get my drone license.
Who is this 48 imposter? That's Carson, isn't it?
Shultz, my boy.
That's him.
We're gonna have to fight to the death for this number.
Oh, that looks good. Tell me that looks good. There is a Laguna Seca. Oh yeah. Psh. Does it get much better? Does it get any easier than this, ladies and gentlemen? Does it get any easier than this? Does it get any easier than this? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh. Come on. Son of a bitch. There we go. How does that look? Come on. No one? Anyone? Bueller?
Delicious.
No, you.
Can't beat up a minor. Watch me. The OG 48. I highly doubt that. We're gonna have to trade stories about where this number comes from. I'm old as fuck, man.
Shultz is going to say he was born on the 48th day. Something just absolutely obscure to win this. Oh, sorry. Go to the ending soon very quickly. And we've got race 2 loaded and ready to rock. So race 2, lap 2, turn 2, I think someone said? Yes, this is race 2.
Lap 2, race 2, before turn 1.
I think we just need to watch the first 2 laps of race 2 from everyone's view because it was just chaos.
Actually, that's
I had a good view because I started at the back.
okay.
Yeah.
Luke.
I started at the
Boumeester.
back. I gained sort of at the back, not as far back, but I gained like 6 positions in the first few corners, and then immediately got launched off the track and was last
Lost
again.
them all, yeah.
Hey, I was just going 3 wide like you taught me.
So,
I see. It
let's
would have worked
see.
if whoever was
1,
in the
2,
middle
3.
just stayed on the track.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
You're still on the ending screen.
Switch the screen.
God damn it.
I thought you made a checklist.
I did that. I'm
Nick's
in between sessions right now, Luke. I'm in between sessions right now, okay? I'm not referring to the checklist. We're doing it live. You fucking yeah. All right, so onwards with the show. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Shultz, I do gotta ask, how many times do you think you were 3 wide through turn 1? Oh, that might
Oh, he
actually
left.
be. God damn it, Shultz. Okay, I think this might actually be the better screenshot. Stand by, folks.
That's like 5 wide.
Yeah, that's why I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, and Jordan Nixon's is sideways already, so you know this is gonna be good, because he's fucking dead.
There's like 12 cars in that one frame.
I love it. I love it. It's an embodiment of what is the Plebian Racing group, and the Pepto-Bismol car is here to take it away. If I am Code Brown, we are sponsored by Pepto-Bismol.
Couple of little cuties in this shot.
We're not going to do autofocus.
Not Daily Phil said that many Miatas around a corner is borderline porn.
He made a new Steam no Twitch account.
You could just even in when the replays pause, I could just hear the buzzing in my head of like 12 cars going me through this corner.
That's good. That's good. So let's get back to action. So 5 wide through the exit of T2, onto 3 wide. I feel like we're going to go backwards now to catch more of the action.
James, when we were coming up to the kink and I saw the 3 wide potentially happening, I remember back to a time racing a team race at Paul Ricard, and we were going like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 wide, and you saw it happening and you were in my ear at the very start of the race saying, send it.
Yeah.
So this is your fault.
I'm not sure
I had
everybody
no
can
chance
see
there.
this because of my ultra wide, so I'm going to change over to Schultz's car so we can see it all in full view.
Hey, I was there on the
That's
inside.
just- oh no, I mean it's just a tight.
In fact, I was ahead.
situation. Yeah, just a tight situation. Schultz turns in a little too early, runs into you, runs wide into James, and James is P-last now.
Once again.
Once again, P-last.
Shouldn't be outside in a 3 wide.
I shouldn't race against Carson, apparently.
How dare you, James. Golly. Poor guy. He's not even here to defend himself now. He left to the main channel. I'm not trying to rag on you, Carson, but I love you to death. But on the inside of
I think I had at least 4 separate battles with Carson in 2 races.
Okay, I don't mean to pick on Carson, but he does it again. He moves over on the straight again. Oh yeah, what happened to these guys? Oh no. Jordan Nixon and oh, this is like I remember this. This is like a replay of the last lap again.
It's Jordan Nixon, Saucepan Willie, Kevin Ospina. Oh, this is the lag. Or Jordan Nixon. Oh, wait,
Damn.
no. I don't think so. I don't think so.
What's everyone's problem with just going around a slight bend?
I mean, you yourself called it like not a problem. It seems to be a fucking
Yeah.
It seems to be a problem.
There's not even a quarter.
Seems to be a quarter. Seems to be a quarter. A lot of different lines through turn 1. That's for sure. But at least these guys were able to get over to the pits as fast as they could and get off the racing line. And I think most everybody else drove away. Finishing that up, what else went down with the get down for race 2?
Before we get too far away, I think my rejoin after going off on turn 6 was not great, and I bet there were some good angles of people behind me.
Ah,
Some good views of people shitting themselves.
Yeah, 'cause I was
was
sideways in the
pretty
dirt trying to get it straightened back up, and I ended up back like right on the corner exit,
ooh,
and everyone coming up behind was just like, ugh.
this looks fantastic. Let's take a look. James Leader's rejoin after turn 6 uphill. So there's Shultz right in front of you. Oh god, that angle. Can I get a rear view camera? I think I can. Hold on.
Hey, it wasn't that bad.
Nah.
You at least kept it on the right-hand side of the track.
I think you just came on perpendicular to the track and you freaked out.
Yeah.
But I heard everyone
Martin.
around me like, oh.
Oh, Martin definitely had a code brown. That's for sure.
Yeah, but a lot of the time when someone gets the sand there, they come all the way back across the track because they're sideways and can't
Yeah.
control it.
Yeah.
Well, Dave Martin definitely had a code brown. I'm gonna watch this from this perspective. Goes in.
It's a good dodge.
There's James Leader. Good stuff. Yeah, very good dodges all around. Luke, I can't tell if you're saying stuff earlier, so like you're saying them like around the same time as I am for like what we're watching, or what's going on. You have like zero latency on your stream somehow. Kind of
No,
freaking me out.
I'm just predicting where you're going.
Okay. God, freaking me out, man. You're freaking me out. Who else? Oh, okay, we saw that.
Anyone in the chat got something? Because we still have to look at my murder.
Oh, that's right. Murder. Oh, Kevin Ospina and the Lion Red Eel, I think, had a casualty. JK? I think that's Kevin right there. More action up ahead, though. These guys going at it for a little bit. Oh, what happened to... Oh, yeah, what happened to Jordan? Where's Jordan?
Jordan what?
Yeah, oh, there he is. Oh,
I fucking killed him. That's what happened.
no. Oh, Penguin. This is Penguin up here.
Sausage curb.
Yep. Sausages. Sausages, man. Sausages. Kept it together, though. Holy shit.
My setup had a really good turn in, and it would just kick in all of a sudden. And yeah, I would hit the curbs a lot.
Joel Dallas and Corey Robbins. I feel like this lasted forever. What else? What else? What else? Keep it going. Murder, She Wrote coming up soon. That might have been. Oh, James,
Wait, I
did you
think we
murder
passed it.
anybody?
Me?
Yeah, sorry,
I
what were you
don't
looking
think
for?
so.
We passed what?
I thought we missed the murder.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, did I? No
I
way.
just
It was
saw
in
it
the-
from Joel's car. Jordan was off the side, and I'm out in front.
Oh, God. There's Luke. Okay, there's Willie. There's
Okay, this
Penguin.
battle that I had with Carson, I mean, we'll get back to it in a second, but
Where's... Oh,
Carson and somebody else, that was pretty good. I don't
Carson
remember how
was
that ended. I think somebody might have been in the sand.
fighting forever. Oh, there it is. Here
Yeah, I just straight up plow into the back of him coming out of the corkscrew.
we go. Just full throttle.
I didn't think the closing speed was that much, and I was going for the inside for the next one.
Oh, man.
Not my finest moment.
Oh, close.
That was some A+ murder right there.
That's some high quality murdering right there, boy.
Did it fucking properly.
That's some high quality murdering, boy. That's H2 high quality H2O. Let's see if we can back that ass up real quick. That's right. Actually, that's not even a good spot shot. I'm just gonna keep going. And Jordan White's dead. Thanks, Luke. Ambassador for Clean Racing. He's the steward of our ACC division. So watch out for that in the upcoming series.
I would give myself a DT.
If a steward punts someone and no one's around to steward it, does he still get a DT? And then what else? Anything else, anybody?
I think it was like a lap or so after this. I had a pretty good battle with Carson and
Oh, that's
someone
right.
else, but I don't remember.
Schultz battle.
Willie. Saucepan Willie lost it behind me towards the very end of one of these laps. I don't remember.
Jay was speedy.
Yeah, right?
He was right there. Yeah, I wasn't getting away at this point, but then he went into the sand and lost some ground.
And he said Willie lost it somewhere around here, Penguin?
It was when he was practically right behind me.
It was like 2 laps to go, I think, or 3 laps.
Yeah, it was towards the end of this of race 2.
That was you and Roe, or Roe and Carson Schultz, excuse me. I haven't seen Roe in a while. That's Roe, just Roe. For those of you keeping track at home. Ooh. Oof. A little bit wide. Man. Maybe you're right about what you said earlier. James. Just kidding, Schultz. We love you.
Carson is a murder bot.
Just a machine. Just relentless. So Willie's got to lose it to you here any second now, Penguin, right?
It was Yeah, like right after the corkscrew. Those last few turns.
Oh, yep, through 11. Done and dusted. And then,
It was when he was behind me.
yeah, he's right behind you now.
Okay. Yeah, it might have been the next lap. The end of this one.
Then I could see James, Corey, and them piling up behind you guys. Oop. There it was. Through 10. Got it. So the exit of Rainy. On it, on it, on it. Ooh, just like super on the brakes. Man. Just like locked it up? I don't know.
I think he said that he touched the dirt a little bit.
Doesn't look like he touched the dirt, but if you brake hard and sort of kick it out on the curb, it will slide.
Yeah. Like
I think
got
he just lost the rear on the entry.
Yeah. I think he just got surprised too, like you were turning to the racing line, and I think he just maybe panic braked a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, definitely off to the side. Whew. Around. And he went. But he was like, that was definitely going to be the battle for you two. Like, and Willie not lost it. That was so close. He was gaining time too.
He definitely was. I was not having a good time at this track.
Here's Corey, Peter, Schultz, and then where's James in all this? Is he looking around or
Oh, I've left these guys.
no? I have departed. Oh yeah, this was good because I think Peter tries to go for a move, loses out to Corey at some point. Let's see. Yep.
I'm gonna head out. Peace out, guys.
Later, Penguin. Thanks for sticking around, dude.
So yeah,
See ya.
Yep, that was that for Peter.
so you've recently been to watch a race here, IRL. How's the action compare?
Dude, honestly, I would say it's like on par. Like, this is just as exciting as I think the real stuff was.
Yeah, it's a pretty eventful track.
Yeah, I was really, really, really surprised how close you guys kept it for as long as you guys could. I thought it being a 90-second track and kind of like the 2-second gap, between the field was really going to make a big difference, but no, not at all. The packs found each other, the fight stayed close, mistakes were made everywhere from everybody of like varying skill, yourself included, right? So I thought that was really spicy. Yeah, it's just amazing. This is so cool.
Yeah, the reverse grid was always a good time as well.
Yeah. It's really, obviously, man, I hate to say it, but yeah, I guess for the reverse grid, I really wish I had a second person because I just cannot catch my breath fast enough. There's no other way to, there's nothing else to say. Like, I just can't talk and breathe at the same time.
So
But normally I consider this a track that's difficult to pass at, but man, in these cars, we were like side by side everywhere.
Yeah.
It's alright in these cars because like 60% of the track is just flat.
Flat out.
Yeah.
So if you can do it behind someone, then you get a good run in the slipstream.
Yep.
So we've got OSB Razor in the chat. I'm guessing that's Kevin Ospina.
Speed.
Said he had some good passes, one of the corkscrew.
Kevin had
Got any
one-
idea which lap?
Where's Kevin? Tried to Grosjean him. Oh, here it is. Here's a overtake that Martin tried to do on Spina. See if he did well to hold him off. Oh, on the hazards, you cheeky bastard. Opens the door. Holds him to the outside. Oh, in the corkscrew, he says. That's the race. Maybe it was him and Rowe into the corkscrew, possibly? No, I don't think so. Was it here? No, that was on Lion who died himself. Not around anybody here. Oh yeah, there's the netcode that happened with Lion in turn 2. That was bad. That looks like it. Here we go. Early on in the race. Kevin gets the run on the outside, a car length ahead on the brakes. Dave has to tuck it behind. Very good. I think this was it. This looks like it. Smells like it. Whew. So close. Nixon's way behind, so that has to be way earlier than this then. I'm pretty sure Nixon dies. Turbo Dallas. There's Rowe. Are you sure it's race 1? If this is if you're telling, or if you're sure this is race 2, because if you're gonna tell me this is race 1, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you, Kevin. I've looked through this entire replay, and I don't think I found a position where you're right behind Noble and Jordan Nixon's there too. Is that Jordan Nixon? That might be Jordan Nixon there. Okay. Oh my god. could have been race 1, he says now. Oh, no, that's it. That's it. No, you're right, Kevin. You're right. That's it. Ooh. Uh-oh. I think we found it, Kev. I think we found it. I take back all my remarks. Get super squirrely into it.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh! Oof.
Oh, he was on the curve and the dirt on the brakes. That'll do it.
Oh, yep. Oh,
Damn.
yep.
Dave got hip and shouldered.
You got Kevin Espina got inserted inside of Dave. I don't know any other nice way to say that.
He got fucking poleaxed.
All right, take back that. That was definitely worth finding. Definitely worth finding. Thank you, Kevin, for your patience. All right. Is there anything else to review for race 2? More stuff. Corey. I think we watched that already. Peter O'Brien finale. Ooh, Corey Robbins took some notes from Kevin and lost it into the same spot, the corkscrew. I think he literally did the exact same thing and touched the grass. I mean, touched the dirt. Nope, not quite. Just came across it. Ooh, got on the throttle with 3 wheels. And I think Peter never closed the gap on Shultz. That was it to the checkered. Whew. And that is it, folks. Holy Toledo. One last time. Whew. Anybody else have any comments, concerns, complaints? Anything they want to look at? Should I grab Jordan? Should we grab anybody else?
I'm good.
Thanks for all the support. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We are going to officially go to the ending screen and get ready to sign out of here, I think. If this is it, then this is it. Thank you very much for hanging out. This has been the Small Wheels Championship Season 3, the MX-5 Cup Car. We just wrapped up at Laguna Seca 2 weeks from now on July 13th. We're going to be at Vallelunga Club in Italy. Same car, same time, same place. Make sure you look at the calendar. See if you want to join us for the Audi TT Cup. We are on a bye week this weekend, so come join us for a partnership with 604. We're running some goofy stuff this weekend. But we'll be back to it. The Audi TT Cup is returning for the Red Bull Ring in Austria on July 9th, so it'll be an action-packed weekend after the holidays, the American holidays, I should say. And we're going to be back to racing any day now in just a week's time. So if you're interested, take a look at the calendar, take a look at the Discord, take a look at our YouTube, take a look at our Twitch, and see if there's something there that you can enjoy. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, share with your grandmother. That would be wicked awesome as well. With all that being said, thank you very much for hanging out, and as always, be safe. Bye-bye.